Hey everybody, it's Angela from Rhythm Wigs by Headspace NC. Welcome to another Maintenance Monday. I'm really excited. I told you in the last video that I was planning to go up to Maryland to see my friend Kim Coles and to be a sponsor at her book launch. And that's exactly what I did. So on Saturday I had a wonderful birthday celebration, and then Sunday we did that. And it was great, met some beautiful people, got some beautiful new clients, and everyone responded so well to the Rhythm wig line that I'm just really pleased at how that turned out. And then yesterday Kim came to North Carolina, and she and I hung out at the National Black MBA Association Raleigh-Durham chapter. And a beautiful group of people, wonderful audience. I told them all about this journey that I've been on in just loving the kinky curly aesthetic, and how I took some challenge early in my life, and somehow after so many years in corporate I'm back into the hair game. And they were very responsive, and we just had a wonderful time. Wonderful food. The staff at the Chapel Hill Country Club was just really attentive to our needs and put up with all of our giggling. And so today I'm going to do a full maintenance from beginning to end. I looked at the first one that I did, and it was good, but it wasn't just a full from start to finish. So I'm going to do a better job at that today, so stay tuned. So this is the wig I'm going to do a maintenance on today. I'm going to cleanse and condition it. It is not full of product, so I'm not going to use shampoo. When I do use shampoo, I use a sulfate-free shampoo, especially because this has color and I don't want anything to strip the color. But what I'm going to use is cleansing conditioner. Let me show you the products that I'm going to use. I'm a big fan of Horizon's products, and what I have here is their cleansing conditioner, I have their conditioner, and I have their oil. It's a special blend of oil that you can go onto their website and create similar blend. All of the ingredients in this oil is on my website. There is a link to the maintenance of your wig, so you can find all the details here. So I use that oil, and I also use their product called You Go Curl. Not You Go Girl, but You Go Curl. And it's kind of like their curl cream. So I use that also. I have very large sizes of their products, so I just put some samples here for you. I've also, before being introduced to the Horizon products, I have used Tresemme. They have a curl line that is also good. And what's the other one that I tried and I liked? Pantene. I think they have a curl line also. So you're welcome to try that. I've really just gone fully to organic products, and that's all I use on the wigs now. So you can try those products, and I think they will work well for you also. So first we're gonna just wet it down, and I make the water just tepid. Do not make the water too hot, just tepid, slightly warm, and wet it thoroughly. You do that. Okay, so you thoroughly wet the wig. And then I didn't mention the two brushes that I use. This is a wet brush, and this is the Denman brush, the 9-row Denman brush. Okay? And now that it's saturated, I'm just going to I'm holding it very firmly here to make sure that I'm not pulling from the root. So I'm holding it very firmly, and I'm just going through with this wet brush. Just going around the perimeter first, and then I'll go into the middle. Now, you'll notice that if your hair is a little more tangled than this, you're just, let's say, like in here, the technique that I use is I go two sides to kind of open up any tangled hair, and then I go in the middle. Okay, so I just do it like that, and then I go through. Okay, so if you come across a spot in your wig that is a little more tangled than the others, you just do it like that. And be patient, okay? Okay, so now I've gone around the perimeter. So now I'm just going to go into the middle, and again, be careful not to yank from the root. I'm holding it very tightly there, and then go through. And you could actually have put on the cleansing conditioner, or if you're going to start with shampoo, you could have done that before you started brushing. Either way, it doesn't matter that much. So I do use quite a bit of product. I'm going to probably use double this amount. And I distribute it this way, just getting it everywhere. And then I'll use about another dollop, like that. And I'm just going to make sure it gets everywhere. Okay, and then I'm going to distribute it with the brush. Now it should go through without any trouble. See, I'm holding it at the base. If your wig is longer hair, please start from the tips and work your way to the root. What I mean by that is start here and work your way up. Some people, if it's long, they put it on their counter and do it that way. So you start here. Whatever works for you, okay? This brush is very gentle, so it is, the bristles move. It's very easy. So it really goes through the hair without causing any damage. That's why I love them so much. Okay, so that's all through. So again, I'm gonna rinse with tepid water, get all of that out. And notice I'm not rubbing the hair like this. I'm simply letting the water run through, and then I'm squeezing it through, okay? When that runs clear, I'm going to go in with the conditioner and use about the same amount. Come on, there we go. Again, I'm putting it on like this just to distribute it. I'll go in and get the same amount again. This really doesn't want to come out this much. And get that in the back. And then we're going to brush this through, and then I'm going to let it sit for 30 minutes or so. Let that soak in to the cuticle. Especially if your rhythm wig is colored, it's good to let it sit with the conditioner for 30 minutes or more, depending on how much color, whether it's blonde, obviously it needs more time in the conditioning process than not. So 30 minutes or more is what I would recommend. Okay, that's completely brushed through. So I'm going to set it in a bowl. I got these bowls, they're great. I got them from the dollar store. They're perfect. So let that sit and then we'll come back and... Okay, now we're ready to wash this through. It's been sitting for about 30 minutes, 35 minutes. And this time I'm going to use even cooler water. It really closes the cuticle. So I'm just using cold water this time. I'll get this out of your way so you can see a little better. And again, I'm not scrubbing, I'm just squeezing it out. Getting it saturated and then squeezing it out, okay? And you're going to keep doing this until the water runs clear. Okay, now the conditioner is out. The last thing that I do is I use a method that you may have heard of, the LOC method. I use a version of it called the LCO method. So L is for liquid, O is for oil, and C is for cream. With these wigs, I think having the oil last works best. I think that just locks in the moisture for a longer period. So I'm going to start with a liquid, which is the leave-in because that's water-based. And then I will come in with the cream, so I'll use the Yugo curl, and then I'll use the oil after. So the way that I create my leave-in, I actually use the same products that I have here, but you can use try the Tresemme leave-in, that'll be fine. Any leave-in of your choice really would work just as well, but what I do is in a spray bottle like this, I fill it to about this level with water, and then I fill it to about this level with my conditioner, and then I put maybe a tablespoon of oil, of my oil, okay? And then I just shake it, and this is what I use every few days to spray on my wigs to keep them moisturized in between washings. This is what I use. So I'm just shaking it, and I'm going to spray that all over. Okay, that should do. And then I come in with the Yugo curl. Now, you decide how much of this you want to use. It does get, this is the curl cream, so it does get a little, depending on how much you use, the curls will be stiffer. So I don't like it when the curls are too stiff. Most of the styles that I like do not have stiff curls, so I only use about this much. Hopefully you can see that. So I may go in and put a little bit more, but my point is that I don't use a lot of products on the wigs, but different strokes for different folks. If you like a tighter, more defined curl, then go ahead and use a little bit more. Okay, so I'm just going to come in and use just a little more. And my son isn't helping me videotape today, so hopefully you guys are getting a full picture of how I do this. And then finally, I use the oil, that's the O. And I'll show you how little I use again of this. Okay, about that much. I don't know if you can really see it. Probably, I don't know, three or four squirts of the oil. And again, I'm just tapping it all around. And then when it's distributed, I just roll it through. Then I come in again, and I brush those through, full distribution with the wet brush, and then I'm gonna use the Denman brush, and you'll see how the Denman brush really starts to, we call it clumping. It makes the curls clump together and it really gives you a nice look. Okay, so I use the wet brush, however, to take all of the tangles out first. It's great for distribution. So, okay, so now that it's all untangled, I come in with the Denman brush, and this one, it's a lot stiffer, the bristles, and I just go a little slower, and I'll show you what it starts to do. So when I say clumping, I mean that. That's the clumping that I'm talking about, and that's what the Denman brush. So that's how it starts out, and then you come in with the Denman brush. I can't speak tonight, and I'll show you what the clumping does. Okay, that's clumping. So I'm going to go through and do the whole thing. Okay, that looks good. And I then use a t-shirt and I just lay the wig on the t-shirt to get most of the, like the dripping moisture out. Let that sit for about 15 minutes or so. Okay, before I take it out of the t-shirt, I just wanted to show you how much shedding there was. Now, the tighter the curl of your wig, expect the more shedding, and of course, depending on how tangled it is. But trust me, this is normal, especially with the tighter curls. Do not be alarmed. Your wig isn't, gonna fall apart or anything like that. They are double wefted, so consider this normal for just regular wear. If your wig is more tangled, you'll get more shedding like this. And if your wig is a tighter curl, expect that, okay? I wanted to show you that. And now, you might have noticed that it's a little brighter in here because I fixed the lighting, because I really wanted you to see what I meant by clumping. This here is the clumping that I was referring to, where the strands of hair kind of clump together. And that's the effect that you get with the Denman brush, okay? And the slower you pass the brush through the hair, the more it will clump, okay? And you can break them up after it's dry if you'd like. Again, this is just a technique that I'm showing you, but please become comfortable and familiar with your own wig and your own style preferences. I'm just showing you what I do, and but it's yours. And really, hopefully with all the tips that I share with you every other Monday, you're getting into your own groove with your beautiful rhythm wigs. So now that most of the kind of drips are out, you have some choices here. You can just kind of set it in the style that you like. If you have a part in your hair, it's really best to do the parting before you do the brushing, because at this stage, you're really just ready to dry. So while it's wet and before you come through with the Denman brush, part it the way that you like, and then use the Denman brush to set it in place, if you will, okay? What I use for parting is the rat tooth comb. So it's kind of, it's a new giveaway that I have in the packaging for Rhythm Wigs. So some of you have started getting the 2 pink rat tooth combs. Those are great for parting, okay? Just use that to do your parting. So now you can come in and either put this on your wig stand and let it dry overnight, that's fine, or you can use a diffuser like this. This is just a regular blow dryer with a diffuser attachment. So this actually comes off like that. It's just a regular blow dryer that comes with that. You should be able to find these anywhere. Let me know if you want me to, you know, come up, if you'd like me to put some on my website just to make it easier for you. But I just got this inexpensive brand and it works just fine. So I'm not going to do the full drying on this video, but I'll show you how I start. I've used the high setting and I've used the, it's always on high. I've used the hot setting or the warm setting. Either one, it really depends on how quickly you need it dry. Either one works fine. I'm going to use the hot setting for this one, and I will just show you how to use it. Just that. So you just go through like that until it's dry or almost dry. And for the bottom, I don't, because I want it to kind of keep its nice shape, so I just hold it like that on the bottom. Okay, so I'll come back with it fully dry. Okay, so now she's completely dry. It took me about 15-20 minutes to dry it with the diffuser. I had it on high though, so if you have it on warm, it'll take a little longer. And because this is the RESPECT, I did hold it upside down like this and put the diffuser under it so that I would get some fullness in the top. So once it's dry, shake it out. You can use whatever tools you need to get it to look the way that you'd like it to look. You can use a pick. What I would do with the pick is just go to the root and just do that so you keep the curl. Just that. And if you'd like, if it's the luster is too low for you, this is perfect for me. But if you want it to have a little more luster, just come in. I'm dropping everything today, guys. Just come in with just a little bit of oil, a squirt, squirt and a half. And again, just pat it all around to distribute. Not a lot of product needed. Okay. And you get it a little more luster. Okay. Those highlights are really gorgeous. So that is it. Maintenance. And look at that. Look at that. Scalp looking so good. All right, guys, that is it. The next picture you'll see is me wearing this. Thanks for watching. See you next time.